over probably 68, 70% of people are visual learners, right? So anyway, good morning. Oh, I moved you closer. Do you see that? Feel that? I thought, oh, we could do that. So go ahead, and we're going to do what we call a zigzag breath. But let's roll out our feet first, since you're already working on it. Now, some of you still have socks on. You can take those off. And while you're rolling your feet, I wanted you to share one of my very first yoga workshops. No, it was my very first. I had done yoga classes, but this was where you go for a weekend or like 4 days and do 2-3 times a day. So it's pretty intensive. And her name is Ana Forrest, Native American, and her practice is incredible. She's actually older than I am. I can say that because I know this. But she healed some ruptured and dislocated discs with yoga. And that was my first experience realizing that, what? You can do something like that? You know? So that was interesting, but I wanted to share with you just something she said clear back all those years ago. She says, my favorite thing to teach is embodying your spirit. When we think of spirit, most of us don't necessarily think of it as connected to our cell tissue. But it can be, and I would say it is. But that's my personal feeling, so we can leave that out. You can just know that. Learning how to spread your spirit through the whole vast amount of space in the body and being able to feel it and learning how to eventually feel your own body with your spirit is amazing.
You said that to us.
Yeah. I loved when she said that.
That is true.
I think it's so true.
That's how spirit can heal the body.
Yeah, I totally. She says sometimes though it'll just start with a little flicker. You maybe aren't used to saying, "How do I feel?" And I don't know, men. With my husband, he's like, his brother was asking him. They were trying a new supplement, and his brother was asking him how he feels. I just got upset with him because it was like, I've said this 5 times already, I don't know. And, but unless we're asked to really go in and how does this make me feel? So I don't eat pizza a ton, but last night we tried that new Doughboy pizza. Blair and her loves pizza, and I do too, but I had 3 pieces. And they weren't big pieces, but they had the doughier crust. But this morning, my gut isn't happy. It just doesn't feel good.
Makes a difference.
And so if I could just right, and say, oh, it'll go away. And it will. Or I can say, maybe if you have that kind of pizza, you just have 1 piece. So that's kind of what I know, that's what I know she's talking about. And I just remember it was my first experience going, what? I've done yoga classes, but I hadn't done this kind of yoga, where I was asked to turn in, okay? She says, sometimes it starts with a little flicker, but that's the start. You make the priority in the poses. So when we're in a pose, whether it's sitting in our chair, whether it's our down dog on our chair, whether it's rolling through your foot, whatever it is. It's not about if you're in full splits, so don't worry about that today, okay? Or if you have your feet behind your head, which Ana Forrest can do, this kind of a thing, yeah. But feeling your spirit in the pose is your priority. Okay, am I full? Can I feel that? Can I feel that energy? That changes everything. Then the priority becomes the quality and the energy rushing through you instead of whether you're bending far enough. She says, but if that's too advanced for today, I loved how she taught this. Then connect to feeling your body and what it's feeling like. If it's feeling like, okay, I got that, then connect to your heart. Breathe and connect to this area. So today, as we practice, okay, just that idea and that thought of connecting. Okay, close your eyes, pause your bodies, rolling for a moment. Breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling. So I'm going to ask you, and you know I've asked this before, this isn't new, but I just remember when this was first introduced to me. Wow, I feel my body with my spirit. Pay attention to what I'm doing. And if we can practice it on our little rectangle here or in our chair, then we're going to be able to practice it anywhere we choose. We have the opportunity to choose. But I'm just inviting that. Today's class will just invite that. I do remember in Ana Forrest workshop, it was a Thursday, two Fridays, 2 Saturdays. And I remember being there with somebody I had done yoga with. You know, she was next to me on the mat. And her daughter went into labor early, and so she left on Saturday before the last class. And I remember thinking, I want to go too. I was kind of overwhelmed with that much intense yoga. So if it's a little too much sometimes, back off and just feel. So if it's like, Debbie, I don't get that at all. My body, my shoulder can't move. I can't get deep as you can. I can't do this. Then back off. It's not about how deep you get in the pose. It's about, what am I feeling? Does that not being able to do something, does that send you down a path of, I'm not very good, I've let myself go, I wish I'd started yoga sooner, all those things that don't embody your spirit, that are comparisons. Maybe it's, I used to be able to do this, but I can't anymore. Are we listening maybe to some new information? Or maybe just paying attention. What am I doing? Does doing that make my knee hurt? Does doing that make my shoulder hurt? Is it hurt that is just, ooh, I can feel I've worked muscle, or is it sharp, intense pain? So, zigzag breath. Inhale for 3 counts, and then an exhale for 2. And then an inhale for 3 and an exhale for 2. So you're just gonna kind of be stepping up. They call it zigzag because we're not even, okay? So inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause, exhale, and then take a deep inhale and exhale. Notice that when we do that kind of breath, we are not, you don't get that full exhale unless you do a really fast, okay? Now we're gonna reverse that. We're gonna inhale just for 2 and we'll exhale for 3. So go ahead and inhale, 1, 2, exhale, 1, 2, 3. 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 And normal breath. So go ahead and open your eyes. Which ones you feel more relaxed doing? The last one, the longer exhale. That's very good information to understand. That exhale can help you, can be one of the things that helps calm you, helps relax you, helps, to me, when we are calm and relaxed and we're not anxious and like this, then it really is a place where we're embodying the spirit. Yeah. Okay. That's where we can come from, a place where I'm paying attention to how I feel. Okay. So there's one more with the zigzag breath. Instead of we'll do the second one, the inhale. We're going to try 3 counts and exhale for 4, but I want the exhale to be an audible H-A ha. Okay, so it will be a. Now, again, remember the rule with breathing exercises. Any strain, then you're done. You just stop, take an inhale and an exhale and relax. Okay. There is no benefit for straining to get the. In fact, it's detrimental. Okay, so go ahead and inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale, H-A ha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale. One more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale. And normal breath. So, are there some times in your life when that breath would be of benefit? Okay. I would suggest first thing in the morning when you wake up. Lying in your bed is a perfect place to do it, okay? Just find some inhales. You do not have to do the zigzag, but you can, okay? The zigzag just kind of teaches us to breathe. We tend to want to breathe evenly. There's nothing wrong with breathing evenly, but the zigzag just kind of helps us that understanding, okay? So you just lie in bed and you just let that exhale be long, okay?
That was helpful to me when I had my eye surgery.
Oh.
Before yesterday, I was there in my room lying on the dirty wave and everything. I was just practicing our breathing.
That is awesome. She said she was doing it during surgery, heading into surgery for her eye surgery yesterday. Yesterday, 2 days ago. Monday.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, beautifully done. Go ahead. We finished our rolls. Okay, remember we're looking. So it was really interesting. I was doing something and I was teaching a class the other day and yesterday morning, and I felt to go down and kind of roll on my hips on them. And I was like, oh. My hips were really tight. So it's the same principle, okay? We're looking for places, okay? I hope that you'll try and do these almost every day. At least some point in your day. Take care of this beautiful body. Sometimes we get so busy, we want to get stuff done, okay? So, anyway. Have you guys had the opportunity, I'll plug Chosen on YouTube. Have you had the opportunity to watch any of The Chosen? Not. It's fabulous. Season 2 just started on Easter Sunday. But there's like 8 in season 1. If you want to go see those. Yeah, it's on, you can get it, you can find it. I don't know if you can find it on YouTube. You can get the app.
Just do it on BYU channel.
But BYU channel has it too if you have TV. Okay.
Don't get stuck on the first one, it's a little bit dark. The rest is so.
Yeah. In fact, we were watching the first one and I was with one of my granddaughters and we were like, what do you think? She's like, I don't know, what is that? And then it was like, who do you think that is?
It's showing evil, Debbie.
It's showing Mary Magdalene and and some of her demons. So anyway, it's really, I would highly recommend it. Anyway, we started episode 2 and watched
An hour, half an hour.
about 40 minutes. The first one was a little longer, I think, maybe.
It varies some, but they're on an hour.
Yeah, I think most of it. Was the first one longer? Somehow I remember that it was, but I don't know. All right, okay. Did anybody need more feet? Well, I think we're okay with feet.
More feet?
More feet? Do you want an extra foot or
Two's
2?
enough for me.
You got 2?
Well, I want
Oh, these guys are so funny. Okay, so embodying your spirit. I don't know, sometimes I say that to people and they're just like, you want me to do what? I want you to just really feel what your body is talking to you and saying to you today. Do you need a drink? Do you need a drink? You okay? Got one, okay. All right. Sit on the edge of that chair, okay? We're gonna warm up kind of a little differently and then come back to some of the ways that we've strengthened before. So go ahead and you're gonna just go out with your knees and back in. And you'll notice I'm letting them crisscross, so move your feet a little wider. Go wide, go back in. Yeah, go wide, go back in. Anybody feel that in your hips? Go wide, feel it in your knee, go back in. Just go wide, inhale, back in, exhale. This is one of the things that the femur bone, that thigh bone, okay, we want that movement. Now, one of the things that we lose is the ability to rotate. This is a socket joint, and it is meant to have that rotation. So we're just kind of warming up before we do a little bit of rotation. If you can, if somebody can go wider than you, yay. Okay, now, keeping the feet wide, turn one in, and then the other. And then the one, and then the other. Yeah, that would work. Move your foot a little wider out, forward. Move that foot more this way. There you go, now try it. Better? A little bit?
Yeah, it's still right there.
Yeah, don't go to hurt. We know what that is, okay? So what we're trying to do is just take that femur bone and move it around in that socket. In fact, try and pick up your toes. It gives me a little bit of an easier way of moving. Okay, and that may feel really awkward to you. I'm watching a couple of you with your hands. It's okay. We try in yoga to teach tea party from here on, right? This face of, okay, we're just having a class, no matter what we're doing. All righty, and then bring that back in. Pause. Can you feel in the hip a little bit of that energy that you're creating? Okay. So, we want to do some rotations. We've done these before. This is going to be just working the thigh muscles. So just set it next to your foot, the outside of your foot. Okay. We've done this where we've picked it up, and we're going to do that a little bit to warm up. Okay, move your block more forward. There you go. Yeah, and then move your feet more forward. Just keeping that not quite as a deep a bend in that knee. Okay, so up and over and back. Okay, we've done that before. That really, there is a rotation happening because we're going out to the side. Okay, so we're going to do a few of those. Notice if you can just do them with your body still, or if it's this, to help your leg lift. If it's that, yeah. Anybody's thigh burning?
Oh, my leg is heavy.
I know, it's like it's heavy, Dad, I can't do that. Okay, so pause. Now I'd like you to just pick it up and kind of do these circles. It's going to come up and down. So bend your knee if you can. If you can't bend your knee, it's going to come out here. It'll work the muscle a little bit more and just rotate and then reverse that rotation. Okay, that will also work your thigh muscle, yes. And then plant it and then just wiggle it out. Okay. So you know, I've been working with how to get these legs in our chair. That's a really good way, okay? Go ahead and take your leg long, same leg. We haven't changed yet, okay? Sit up as tall as you can. Now, we can go like this to get our head down. What I'd really like you to do is try and hinge. You're gonna feel like you might fall off the chair. If you really are, hold on, right? But I want you to hinge, okay? Go ahead and we're just gonna pump our toe down, down, down and up, down and up. The knee is not totally straight knee, okay? We're keeping it micro bend in that knee, and we're just finding that pump, pump, pump. It's like you're pushing a gas pedal, so don't just move the ankle, push it, push it, push it. Can you feel the back of your thighs start to get a little bit more work? Okay, push, push, push. Feeling it on the front, are you? On the quad, here,
I'm not.
on the back,
On the back.
on the back, okay.
Oh,
And then release and shake it out again, okay? Okay, we're gonna go back. You're gonna move it to the other side, but before we do that, we're gonna go back to our wiggle. And I want you to notice the difference between legs, okay? Take it in, take it out, 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 take it in. If it hurts and one can move more than the other, it's perfect, okay? That's the perfect. This is just range of motion, out and in, okay? And then hold it in, and just hold the in. No pain in the knee, so maybe you can hold, no pain in the knee. If you're feeling pain in the knee at all, come back out of it. Just find, that is an inner rotation of those thighs, okay? And then release, take it out, turn your toes out. You'll find that when you turn the toes out, you can actually feel a little bit of a settle in that pelvic area, okay? That's what we're looking for. We're going wide. Now I want you to push your feet into the floor, try and spread through your toes, and then you're gonna try and hug the heels together without letting the feet move. It's like they're stuck on the floor. If you have socks on, they won't stick on the floor. So you're pulling that in, holding that contraction. It's inner thigh, but it's also pulling that femur bone into the socket on both legs, okay? And then release and shake it out. Okay, second side. Make sure that the block's further enough forward that you've got just less than a 9, or bigger, sorry, not less, but bigger than a 90-degree angle, okay? And then you're gonna just start with the picking it up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. Yeah, breathing deeply. Knocking it over on occasion. When that thigh starts to burn, tell yourself and then honor it. I'll do one more. I'll do two more. It's burning, I'm done. Okay? And shake it out. Beautifully done. Okay? Now we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna go for the little rotation. Okay? You're just rotating around. It's not the knee bending, it's the hip.
It's the best I can do it.
Don't move the knee. The knee doesn't move, it's the hip. So see how your knee's bending and straightening? Yeah, it's not this. It's this. I'm moving up in here. Yeah. Yeah.
You like to work.
Yeah, I know. They lock over sometimes and then put it down. Okay, and then out, shake them out. Out to the side, almost straight. Okay, we call it a hyper bend because it's just barely bent. Push into that heel and then find that hinge first, right? What the hinge does, the hamstring originates on the sit bone, those bones we can feel on the chair. When we hinge forward, we're actually taking the sit bone back. So we're actually trying to lengthen that hamstring. Keep a little bend in that knee, and then you're just pumping, okay? And you're just pumping. Pushing the gas pedal, push the gas pedal, push, spread through the toes, find that stretch and that reach, okay? Not just moving in the knee, but pushing down into the floor. Find that you're trying to accelerate the car, accelerate the car, accelerate the car, and feel the back of the thighs start to burn a little bit, start to get some. If you just sit here and go like this and you're not using, it'll start burning eventually. We're creating, when we push down, we're creating that kind of sensation, that work that's going on in that back of the muscle. And then release and shake it off. Okay? Move your block out of the way, take your feet wide again. Okay? Come back a little bit on your chair. And then you're gonna do that same hinge. So I'm trying to hinge right at the hip, not at the waistline. The waistline would look like this. The hinge is actually, it's like I'm reaching my belly. Okay? You don't have to let it pooch, but you're just letting it come forward so that there's that hinge, okay? Hands on the thighs, lengthen. Go ahead and see if you can feel as if there's a string in the top of your head coming a little bit longer, and maybe you come a little deeper. Come as deep as you can hinge. Maybe you can get down here and hinge. Maybe you're open enough to do that, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Breathing. Push your feet into the floor, and while you're hinging, hug the feet towards each other, and see if you can also, it's almost like you're in a vacuum, and those feet are hugging up through the body. We're lifting up through the body. Keep going. Go ahead and find your breath, that hug in and up, and then release. And then just pause. So this particular recording, I will talk about the hips and the warm-up of the hips. We haven't done, I've realized that we've done some work, but we really haven't warmed up the hips like this before. And I feel like we need to. Okay, the hips are so vital for knees, for backs, okay? So, beautifully done. Let's do some shoulders. Just start with the rolls. Forward and up and back, and forward and up and back. Yeah, finding that range of motion. Up and back, up and back. And then keep them back. Go ahead and reach to the back part of your chair, okay? Hold on to the chair and just try to move forward. Your arms, if you've got long ones, I do not. I have a long body. But see, and then maybe you move your arms up the chair to here. Pull them back, slight bend in the elbow, and just lean forward. Now make sure that the lean forward isn't just your head reaching forward. That'll give you a pretty good stretch across the top of the shoulders, but it's the head reaching up, it's the chest reaching forward. So pull the head back. And just breathe, embody the spirit. Anytime that I pause, and almost anytime I have the chest open like this, that's an opportunity to just really breathe, to embody the spirit. And when I'm here, I recognize the sheer wonder and gift that this body is for me, and that yours is for you. And then release and roll through those shoulders. Okay, that pretty good stretch on the front, the anterior portion, right, of that shoulder. Good stuff.
And 2 pops on the previous.
You had 2 little pops. You're doing your own little chiropractic adjustments.
No, it all works.
Yeah. Do they hurt now?
No.
Good. So yes, some of those pops are just the bone, just kind of shifting. Some of them are tendons, because the tendons attach and they go underneath all sorts of little bone protrusions. They stick out so that they can attach or go through for that. This whole shoulder area is kind of amazing to sit and watch. So fabulous work. Okay, arms out to the side. Turn the palms up. Turn the palms down. Go ahead and make a fist, coming down, palm open up. Fist coming down, palm open up. Fist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You are sitting up so straight. I am so impressed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, hold, and do just the tiniest little up. Oh, just tiny. Feel the shoulders working. Notice if it's starting to feel like you need to do this to hold it. If so, you're done. Right. Pull the shoulder blades. In fact, bring them up. Pull the shoulder blades down. Oh, and release. Yeah, that's a lot of work in those arms. And then we're going for rotation now.
I love that one.
You love that one? Yeah.
To yourself.
Almost like, if you really, most of us do the backstroke like this. Oh my gosh, if you do this and then back down through and this with that back down through, so the elbow is leading the way. It's fabulous range of motion. Beautifully done. And roll it out, okay? Now, I find that works the front and the top. The back is the hardest place to get. Grab your straps. Did you get a strap? Did you grab straps? Grab one more. See, we've had enough blue straps. This is why I think stuff's walking off.
It disappears.
They're just like disappearing, and I'm like,
And,
they get stuck. I'm meeting with Benny after class today. So, okay, they're gonna come behind you. Okay?
Yeah, the one thing about that new TJ Maxx store had some.
Yeah, I cut my own because they're cheaper. So, but I will check there.
What
So,
exactly?
you want it to come back behind you like this. So you're grabbing it. So take it back behind, and then your shoulders, see how they want to roll forward? You're not going to let them roll forward. You're going to let them come up and reach back, okay? And then your arms, they don't come up very high. They're staying down. We're working the back part of the shoulders now, okay? And you're just going to go, you're going to pull it.
I do that.
that's all I can share.
You want to bet I'm gonna do that?
No, I just want the TV to be able, the recording to be able to see. Elbows are bent. You're just gonna pull out. You're not gonna get it to go very far. Pull out and back in. And while you're doing this, bless you, okay, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Out and back in. And back in, okay? So they're not moving a ton. There's not a ton of movement, but there's that out and back in, and out and back in, and then just pause with it out, okay? Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, while you're squeezing the shoulder blades, see if you can also feel like the top, I can't just point to it with not a hand, that this part of the shoulder on both sides is trying to go that way, and this one's that way, okay? So here you are, you're lifted slightly, bent elbows, you're just gonna try to expand, but you're pulling the shoulder blades in, okay? So you're feeling that sensation of the back of the shoulders working, you're getting a stretch on the front, and then release. Just leave the strap back there. So, you notice last week we started doing all of this up and down the spine. Today we started in our socket joints. So notice what happens now as we roll up and down the spine. I love this body. I love the fact that that we don't have to warm up always the same, and that we can do all this different stuff. So come to the edge, okay? You're just as tall as your spine, okay? My spine is not straight. I'm meant to have a little low back curve. I'm meant to have a cervical curve, okay? There was a huge yoga article workshop on the, let's see if I can say this, the texting neck.
You say that 3 times real fast.
Yeah, right. This neck, okay, that is a detriment to us, okay? It is the same as laptop neck, in my opinion, okay? And I've been working with my laptop, and so I'm like, you've got to be better at this. So you're trying to be straight, right? Come up as straight as you can. And then you want to start with the chin tucking. And then roll as tight a little circle as you can possibly create. Come as deep as you can. Your belly might get in the way, it's okay. Just keep, come to where it's like death stops. There's no more range of motion here, and that's fine. And then start right where you feel that in your low back, and just start stacking. So you're going to be pulling backwards with your back and stack one vertebrae on top of another. And so it's not really, it is rolling up, but notice that it's and pulling you back. Does that make sense? Questions? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. You have to, when you roll forward, you could stack one vertebrae, but it would look more like this, right? That length that we do. That's not what I want to see. I want to see like somebody's pulling you. Here goes that vertebrae, and then there's that vertebrae, and then there's that vertebrae, and then there's this one, and then there's that one, and then there's that one, and then my head, and even the back of my head, and then coming back to that anatomically straight spine. Here we go again. Have your chin round. Notice the shoulder blades. Let them round with you and create. When the shoulder blades go a little bit, okay, then the ribs will follow because they're connected. Come down. You might, if you have it in your power to come clear, clasp, and down below, you're welcome to do that. And then you're going to come back, pull back, stack it. So that low back is kind of more of a pull back to unwind all the way up. There you go. And then just look over one shoulder and look over the next one. And then we've done this before. Going back to here, your shoulders on, looking over the shoulder. Yeah, that's my eyes and my chin looking over the shoulder. This ear is going to come down and then come back up. And then let it go a little higher. So I'm still looking over the side, stretching through these neck muscles. Okay? Sternocleidomastoid. Great muscle. Creates this ability to turn my head to the other side. Go ahead and turn. Look over the side. Look to the shoulder. Come back and look again. Come back and look again. And then go ahead and take the ear towards the chest. And just rounding a little bit. Pull the shoulders away from that round. And then come back up. And then come back. So this muscle, this big muscle down the neck, hooks to the clavicle, the sternum, and back. It is just fabulous, and up. It's just this fabulous muscle. And then go ahead, let's make circles with our chin. Down, side, up, and reverse. Around and down, and one more value on the opposite direction. I'll get that out of my mouth in a minute. And up and back down. Beautifully done. Then just come back to center. Pause. Close your eyes. Feel the spirit embodied in this body that you are using. so well this morning. Okay, let's take a couple twists and then we'll stand and do our sun salutations. When an arms come up, you might be here, totally fine, okay? This is actually, in fact, let's do this. In fact, we'll do it when we stand up. Go ahead and just hinge. Hands here, pull back, and round up. We've already done all that. Inhale, lift the arms, take a twist. Hold the back of the chair. Remember, the shoulder pulls back and hold your thigh. Don't let your thighs come together. Push out into that hand and just twist. Doesn't matter which direction you go first. Breathe and release. Go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Hands on the thighs, you inhale. Exhale, round and back. Up. Inhale, take the twist. Shoulder comes on the back. You guys are so good at doing that. Hands here, don't let the knee come in. Push this thigh into the hand. It'll give you a little bit of range of motion. Breathing deeply, inhaling and exhaling. One more and release. Let's do one more each side. Just inhale up. Let's just go right to the twist. Roll through the shoulder. Pull it back. Inhale, lengthen. Hold and pause. I just watch you guys lengthen and it's so amazing. Just sitting upright, taking all those little muscles and release. Inhale up, just take the twist. Come here, shoulder on the back. Rotate around. Find that range of motion and then just breathe. Sitting up as straight as you can. Beautifully done. And exhale, release. And release. Pause again. How do you feel? I just always get so amazed that, about 20, 30, 40 minutes sometimes into class, it's like, I feel really good. All right, go ahead and stand up. So one of the things we're going to do first, and if you need to hang on to your chair to do this, you're welcome to. Okay? Just hold on to the side. All of your chairs are on your mats. So if you're on a hard surface, make sure it's on something that's not going to move. So if you need a chair, you can use a chair. But maybe you don't for this one. Pulse the arms. We haven't done this one before, I don't think. You're going to step forward with one of your feet, like you're going to walk through a door, but your arms just got stuck in the door jamb. So you're going to come forward, and you can come up on those back toes, and you're just reaching, and it's like your arms aren't going anywhere, but your chest is trying to move. Yeah, breathe, and then release and stretch. That is one of the best stretches, and you can do that against a wall, just finding your arms stuck on the wall and trying to move forward. What I'm amazed at is that we can create in our body those particular feelings, like we are stuck in a door jamb with just isn't that just like amazing to you? Go ahead, second side. Come up, you're going to step the other foot forward. You're coming through that door. Yeah. And you come and you're pushing, but your shoulders can't come because your arms are stuck, opening through that. Yeah. And then just release.
I can't even go any further than that for time.
That's okay. You got some shoulder stuff going on. We gotta be okay with that. Okay. Here we go. You guys are on the back of your chairs. I'm just turning around. Yeah. Can you walk back? Do you feel how good that feels to our spine to just lengthen? Tighten your waistline. Push down. And I want you to feel a kind of a different sensation today. A lot of times we push back with our rear end. Would you see if you can get your thighs to push back? Just feel the thighs lengthen. Oh yeah, that just changes it. And all I did was think a little bit different. Bend your knees slightly and just still push the thighs back. Notice the strength that you're creating in the body, and then go ahead and just push and hold onto your chair and walk yourself up. Whoa. That length in our body is one of the best things we can do, okay? So we're gonna add on just a little bit to this. I'm not cutting off my head on the recording for saying this much. So, okay, when you're here, go ahead and just reach your arms out. They can come here if you can't get them all the way up. Maybe they just come here, okay? But you're just inhale. Then you're gonna exhale, plant the hands, and walk back and create that length. Take 2 breaths here, hold it. Each exhale, feel the thighs push back a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, thighs push back a little bit more, and then inhale, walk in. And let the arms come up. And then bring the hands, we haven't done this one before either, to heart center. We call it samastiti, which means balanced stillness. Perfectly attuned right here. And then sweep the arms up. Plant the hands, walk back. 3 breaths here this time. Lengthen back, slide bend. Notice your feet, they're not turned out. They're straight forward. Reach back with your sit bones, your rear end, but also reach back with your thighs. Take 1 more breath. And exhale. And inhale, come all the way up. So you'll notice on that breath, I did our H-A-PA exhale. Okay? So I'm turning around so that I can see the other side of watch you guys. All right, here we go. Inhale the arms up. Go ahead and come through samastiti. Inhale, sweep them up again. Exhale, plant the hands, walk back. Find that stretch, yeah. Breathe. Inhale deeply, exhale, H-A. An audible exhale, 1 more of those. Pull back with your thighs. Push into your feet, pull back with your thighs, find the back side of the body, and then inhale. Walk back in. Beautifully done. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands. Samastiti. Okay, we've got 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Step back, bend the knees, stretch. On your next inhale, make your H-A-PA exhale. Pulling back with the thighs, inhale. Pull back with the thighs, inhale. Pull back with the thighs, and inhale, walk the feet again. Beautifully done. Feel those hamstrings and glutes. Our bodies actually love this. Inhale. Exhale, hands. Okay. Inhale up. Exhale, hands. Step back. Find that length in the body. Okay. Inhale here. Exhale, H-A. Notice. Keep going. I'm going to talk, so I'll move. Inhale and exhale. Notice on that exhale, when you do it, it brings you right to your body. It is one of the things that helps you embody your spirit and bring you right back in to the present, right here. Take 1 more exhale here. And walk the feet in. Inhale. Come all the way up. Is that 3 or just 2? That's 3. 1 more. Yeah. Exhale, hands. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale, walk. Stretch, plant your feet, reach. I know you all have countertops and chairs in your home. Please find time to lengthen your spine. Inhale, exhale, H-A. Embodying your spirit. What does my body want? Inhale, and it doesn't mean chocolate, but sometimes it does. Walk all the way back in. Inhale the arms up and exhale. Beautifully done. Fabulous work. Okay, just wiggle through your body. We've worked pretty much the whole thing today.
Debbie, it amazes me you can talk while you're doing all this, because I couldn't talk.
They think it's amazing I can talk. You don't know me very well, no. Okay, so if you want to be on the floor for our final twists and shavasana, go ahead and move your chair off and come down. If you want to sit in your chair, you are welcome to sit in your chair. Just stay right there. You can have a wonderful shavasana. I'm going to turn the lights down. Is there a sunset? This one. You're very good on that. Okay. I'm going to get blankets. I'll show you what I do with the blankets. Okay, you've seen me do this before. Take it, make sure it's flat, and then you're gonna roll to go underneath the neck, okay? So that the neck is here and the head is supported.
More the shoulder here.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Okay. Let's just get down here. Back up and in here.
I asked a lot of you guys. I asked a lot of you guys. Well done.
I need to spread it back up a little bit through here.
That's okay.
Is it good?
Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Windshield wipers. Bend those knees. Okay, I'll turn to the side. Let's see. Actually, I can do it this way. So windshield wipers. On your back. Hands just out to the side. Legs are just going one direction. The inhale brings them up. This is rotating around the spine. Right? So add on a little bit more. When the knees go one direction, take your head the other. Inhale up and exhale over. Inhale up and exhale over. Up and over. You can't do too many of these. If this would feel better doing it first thing in the morning in your bed, then do it in your bed first thing in the morning. If your partner's not awake yet, you may want to wait. This would definitely awaken them, I think. My dad said that one time he came in, he thought I was wide awake, but I was sound asleep, but I was like this with my foot, and I'd just fallen asleep like this. So I think I was probably doing yoga when I was very young. Take your feet as wide as your mat and continue just the side to side. Notice this changes what's going on in the spine and especially in the neck. So as you roll side to side, we're not trying to get the knee closer to the floor. As we rotate, it's the shin closer to the front of the room. So there's a little bit of pressure into the foot, and you can reach that shin, but you don't have to. That's just if you want to go a little deeper. Taking some deep breaths. Celebrating this incredible body and the opportunity we took today to try to embody our spirit. So Ana Forrest, keep going, talks about the ceremony. And I remember thinking, what's the ceremony? What's she talking about, right? And really, she's talking about living. What if we really thought living was a ceremony? I think that's kind of a neat idea. So maybe this week, as you wake up, you're still breathing, you're alive, and you say, I'm going to have a ceremony today. I'm going to embody my spirit. If I've just done it here, and I've seen all of you do it, I haven't seen those of you that are on the recording, but if you pause even for a moment to just, how does this make me feel? What do I, you're trying to embody the spirit. It's that simple. And then go ahead. Let's roll up and down just on some supported bridge poses. So your feet, knees are straight up in the air, your feet are planted. Your hands, if you bring your tricep down and bend your elbow, you look like robot arms kind of thing. And then you're just gonna roll, picking the hips up, you're just gonna kind of roll up onto your shoulders. And exhale, roll back down. Push into the feet, lift the hips, roll up. Exhale, roll back down. Using the underside and the glutes to help pick up the hips. Using those legs and roll back down. And roll up. You might find yourself moving a little backwards if you're not on a mat. It's okay. Roll back up. And then come down. If you did that, go ahead and let your knees drop one side, look the other, pause for a minute. Take a couple of deep breaths, stretching through the side body, and then go ahead and come up, over to the other side. Pause. Your knees just went one way, your chest and your look went the other way. Take some deep breaths and then work your way into your Shavasana. I've got bolsters already out. Shavasana. That. Dead horse pose. I know. It's like, yeah, I don't want to practice being dead. Oh, yes, you do. How's that?
Yeah. So I think when I was in the hospital, they asked for a pillow for under my knees. And the nurse said, oh, yes. I said, because I'm just going to lie here and do my Shavasana. And she said, you mean on that? She said, I love it. That's my favorite part.
It's the favorite part.
I can go and just like to do Shavasana.
I know. We do, don't we? So in this pose, I want to share one more little thing. This is again Ana Forrest. I'll be quoting her all of class, basically, from that one of those very first workshops I did with her. So, she says, what I ask in the yoga ceremony is for people to open their mind to learning something about their own condition, whether it's suffering, heartbreak, or just, I have tight hips. This is an amazing process because we are not taught that we can do it. But once we do, we begin to become the weaver of our own life. This is ceremony. Let the breath just go and come. Taking a pause out of our day. So we've got rain going on here in Utah, up on the Wasatch Front, and I can smell it in the air, even though we're inside. And don't know if that means we're not very airtight or what, but I love the smell of rain, that washing anew. For me, yoga is very much like washing anew. Working through what I used my body for yesterday, what I'm hoping to be able to do with it today. Giving it a moment of just pure love. Weaving my ceremony. The divine, the light, the goodness that resides within each of us. I recognize it and bow to that in each of you. Hoping that for just a moment today, this morning, you found something in your body where you were like, oh, I feel like this. Because the minute we start that process, we're creating a yoga ceremony. Bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste. I know you're on your back still. I want to leave you there. If you have a chance to stay a little longer, do so. Have a wonderful week.